The match has just ended. Real Madrid 1, Benfica 0. But this match did not end well. Yes, if you watch this match today, you can see that this match did not end well. I would like you to listen to what Thierry Henry, Carragher, what is his name again? All they have to say about this situation, because most of them has been in this situation before. Listen to what they have to say about what this Benfica player has say or what has just did to Vinicius Jr. Yes, listen to what they have to say. After listening to that, then we now come back and discuss about that. Don't forget to drop your comment, like, and share. Now, listen to it.
What Vinicius Jr. is going through. That happened to me so many times on the field. I talked about it so many times after games. I've been also accused of looking for excuses after game when that happened to me. So at times you feel lonely because it's going to be your word against his word. And so, because we don't know what Prestiani has said, because he was very courageous, because he put his shirt over his mouth to make sure that we're not going to see what he said. So clearly, already you look suspicious, because you do not want people to see or read what you said. Then the reaction of Vinicius is telling me that something not right happened. So we're going to have to wait to see what's been said, because we still don't know. Vinicius can tell us his side, and Prestiani, I'm sure, will not tell us what he actually said, because I saw at one point it was Kylian Mbappe that confronted him, and he said to Kylian, I didn't say anything. Well, he must have said something, at the very least. So where I go back to sometimes it's lonely, and you feel like you don't know what to do anymore, because I've been in that situation. Vinicius has been in that situation. So many players have been in that situation. So we're in 2026, and still after a game like that, where we're supposed to talk about his brilliant goal, and the only answer that he had is that goal they won by 1-0, and I heard him saying a la Madrid at the very end. But technically, you shouldn't be having to deal with the ref telling you don't go to the corner flag because that will incite the crowd. It's a corner. I cannot take my corner. Like, I can't go there also to take a corner just because people are thinking whatever they're thinking. As Mike has said, obviously they didn't have the info of what happened, but then suddenly he becomes a victim. He can't go and take a corner. What do you mean he can't go and take a corner? Why can he not stay there and play a short corner? Anyway, I can relate, and I can assure you, when that happens, you don't know what to do anymore. So he tried to walk out one time in Spain, if I remember well, away. Then another time, he tried to kick someone back because he had enough. Now he went to see the referee to tell him what happened. I've been there. The referee also told me I can't do anything about it. As you can see, they couldn't do anything about it. They go and see people to try to see what they lost. What you said, you must have said something, because you can't go and say to Mbappe after, I didn't say anything. What do you mean you didn't say anything? So you cover your nose for what? You have a cold? It's a coward, man.
In case you weren't watching this game, you were watching one of the other games that we had going on live. Let's show you kind of how this all unfolded. It all was initiated and started here in this moment. This is Vinicius Jr. celebrating his goal that made it 1-0 for Real Madrid. And this is where we went from here. So this is the moment where we're seeing Prestiani pull his shirt up over his mouth, say something. You'll see.
That's the first reaction now.
Immediately react, yeah.
And Kylian is nowhere near the situation, by the way. It's Vini that told him after what has been said. That's why Kylian was upset.
That's the sign that initiates the racism protocol that Ian was telling us about.
And from that sign, what do you do? It's nice to do the sign. Okay, I can do the sign also. And then...
It'd be interesting to talk to Christina Uncle, wouldn't it, and find out what do they actually do.
I like it. It's a nice sign. But what comes from that?
That was the moment that you were saying Prestiani said I didn't say anything.
Yeah. It was like
Christina Uncle is actually with us. Let's bring her in 1 second. She's our FIFA rules expert. Christina, what is the protocol? Once the sign is made, what is then supposed to happen?
Yeah, so that no racism abuse sign, the indication of the X, not only just triggers in the sense of everyone's aware of what's occurring or what has been said that has happened, which, as you can see, the French referee there, not close to the incident and did not hear it. It immediately sends the VAR going into looking into the audio, seeing if any of the audio mics might have picked up that information, immediately notifies your assistant referees and your fourth official what's happening, and it also objectively, from an objective for, just some other words, but this has been heightened and elevated because it is a human rights issue, right? It's not needed in this game. It's unacceptable in this game, and as you heard TT say, right, it affects that player, it affects the performance of the game, it affects them to be able to play in that game. So the protocol here for that referee then is to basically be bringing in the technical staff. As you saw, they kind of escalated the situation as well too, to advise them of the scenario, the situation, the high level, and the scrutiny that is going to have to be done there. Usually internally within that stadium, they're usually making an announcement as to those points as to what the situation is, so that the fans understand the sensitivity of what's happening, and that is just being timed out for no particular reason, but the sensitive nature of that. But like I said, for the most part, from us as an official standpoint, when you see that sign, everyone jumps into a higher level of action of what they're looking for and what they're trying to get to be able to put that allegation, because that allegation is naturally a very high allegation to raise, and it's not taken lightly by the referees. It's obviously not something within the laws of the game in the sense of the playing of the game, but it's something that we do not take lightly as well. So there's a kind of a further internal investigation that's trying to happen then and there to find the evidence at that moment. And as we saw there was unfortunately nothing that was able to be done from it, because the referee didn't hear anything, audio didn't pick up on any of the information, but it also signals to the competition and the match observer for that day at time to be able to start making that incident report and start to capturing any evidence, any kind of comments and statements, recognition at that time of what's occurring. But as we see the referee there, if you don't have anything to act on it, then yes, you do have to begin the game again.
So sorry, Christina. So you have zero power technically. You can't, even if he wanted to, by a feeling that he had or whatever, he can't do anything.
You can always, as a referee, always have the decision whether or not to determine to abandon the match or to continue with the match, right? And so you're taking into assertion whether or not is it a safe enough environment to be able to begin it. But I think back to your point, TT, unless you have heard that, you can't necessarily fully abandon the match based upon what one person said versus what another person said, if there's not enough evidence that the referee himself or herself has heard.
Can I just ask one more question? So what would happen now in an investigation? Because it's already been found that there is no audio, there is no evidence. So do we just move on from this? Is that all that happens?
So from the referee's perspective, it's the immediate audio that they can have access to, right? Not saying that if there's a further investigation by the competition, by the Champions League themselves, they can do further investigations, and maybe there's something that wasn't, for some reason, able to be picked up in the immediate mics that the VARs have. But now it escalates, and now it becomes a Champions League. It becomes UEFA's investigation to determine, and that's the next steps that go on, whether or not there is something there that they can hold him against. But it now comes outside of the referee's purview and now jumps into the league.
Okay, understood. All right, thank you. So good to see you. We appreciate you. Thank you for the explanation.
Thank you.
All right. You hear them? Yes. As for me, this is total nonsense. How can you abuse your fellow players? Remember, all these things started when Vinicius Jr. scored the winning goal for Real Madrid. I know a lot of Benfica players did not like Vinicius Jr., or maybe they don't like the way he celebrates. I don't just know what the problem might be, but whatever what the problem might be, that does not give you the right to abuse a fellow player like you. If a player cannot celebrate a goal or go to a corner flag and celebrate, what is the meaning of playing a football? Remember, 3 weeks ago, is this the same Benfica that beat Real Madrid, that put Real Madrid into this playoff match? Because Real Madrid should have go through, and this Benfica should have knocked out of this competition. But they scored that minute winner against Real Madrid. Real Madrid did not fight them. Yes, Real Madrid did not fight them. Instead, they prepare for this match. Why can't Benfica do the same thing? You still have a second leg to go to Real Madrid and win your match. Well, these players should be punished if found guilty that he said something, that he abused Vinicius Jr. Truly, if he really abused him, he's supposed to be punished. Very, very hard punishment. But let's see how FIFA and Champions League are going to handle this matter. But this is not good as far as football is concerned. In fact, whether football or no football, this is not good at all. I don't know what you think. Please drop your comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe, like, and share. If you are following us from Facebook, please follow us and like our video. We will follow you back. If you are watching us from TikTok, please follow us and like our video. We are also going to follow you back. Thank you.